Hello, lazy dog casters. Hello, lazy doggers. Oh, oh! Hello, lazy dog. On today's episode, we get into the Super Bowl halftime show, the moon landing, is Wilt Chamberlain a fraud, and top 5 movies. Stay tuned to hear some shitty lists. All that and more today on the Lazy Dog Cast. Welcome back, everyone. Episode 2 of the Lazy Dog Cast. Oh. All right, guys, we're here. Number 2. Number 1 is gonna be released. I think it was good enough to actually release this time. So
good.
Hopefully you enjoyed that one. We're back again.
Matt Hayner just told me any movie made before 2000s, it's lost on him. I don't know, what were your exact words?
So here's
a terrible take that is.
No, if you never watched it, if it was before the year 2000, if you've never watched it, like it's not nostalgic to you. If you go back to watch it, it just seems really corny and outdated, and everything just feels.
So if you watch it for the first time now,
yes.
You're saying it's not really good because like the acting styles were different, the movie styles were different. They had different
might be the worst take
Interesting.
I've ever heard.
Okay, but if you
I don't know. I might.
The Godfather.
I've never seen it.
Go watch it. It stands up.
I guess that would be a good.
But if you watch
test.
my point is, if you watch The Godfather for the first time today, right now, would it hold up? Would you be like, this is cinematic art I'm watching?
Yes, dude.
But you're saying that because you've seen it. You were involved at the time when it was at its peak.
No, I was not.
Yeah, when did that come out?
Like 80s?
Yeah, before I was born is when I...
But you watched it probably in the 90s or early 2000s. I'm just saying, like, you were at an impressionable age and you were still within the realm of its popularity.
No, I was not, dude. I was 10 years old in 1999.
I don't know.
There's no way I watched it in 1999. I was like, this is
okay. Well, when did you watch it?
Probably when I was in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I probably watched it. Yeah, when I was 13 or something. It was good.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if you weren't
1972.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang. I will say one though that does resonate with me, or at least I guess what you're saying in your example is Star Wars.
See, no, I was actually going to bring that up with what you're saying because when I turn that on for my kids, they're like, what is this?
Yeah.
Just immediately. Don't even give it a chance
Yeah.
because it's like, it's like the acting's weird, like the effects aren't good, all this stuff, immediate turn off.
The picture's like grainy and stuff.
Yeah, you know what? You might have something.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's across the board, but it's a hurdle. It's absolutely a hurdle
It's
to
hard,
get over.
dude. That's why when people talk about
yeah.
like classics or something, like if somebody was like, hey, you should go watch Gone with the Wind. It's like, I don't even want to watch that because of how old it is.
We just turned on Black Beauty for my kids because I was like, this is the first book I read. I remember reading. This is a movie that came out. I loved it. My kids were glued.
Really?
Glued. I don't even know when that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife agrees too. She's like, I'm like, how about A Wonderful Life for Christmas? Let's watch that at
it's a
Christmas.
garbage
She's like,
movie, though.
She's like, no, it's black and white. Well, I'm not saying,
that movie
but
sucks.
Yes.
what I'm saying is, no, it's black and white. No, why does that movie suck?
It's just a boring movie.
I mean, it's a classic.
But it's boring
To who?
But that
to me.
But that's
I mean,
what I'm saying.
what I'm saying, like that could be another thing. Like,
Even though it's a classic.
is it because it's old or just because it's boring?
Because it's boring.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah, because they're like,
The Pinocchio movie with the Abominable Snowman, they're like clay figures and stuff.
Yeah.
I turn that shit on. I'll enjoy it.
But did you watch it when you were a kid?
Yeah.
I think there's a nostalgia
Okay.
there as well.
So that,
But it was
you're
still
tapping,
like-
you're tapping back into your childhood.
Yeah. What, Wonderful Life? With the first time you saw it, you were 35 years old?
I've never watched it. Like
don't think I've seen it all
I've
the way
seen
through.
like pieces of it, just like in
Well,
references.
I mean, do yourself a favor and don't go back and watch it.
All I'm saying is, okay, maybe our homework is all three of us have to go watch a movie that was made before we were born
That we've never seen.
that we've never seen,
You're watching The Godfather.
that we've never
You've
seen,
never seen it. You got to.
and
That's fair.
What else good movies can you think of off the top of your head?
I mean, before what we're all-
89. I was born in 89.
Yeah, I mean, we could set the bar at 1990 because
Okay. So what was
I feel like
before
that's
that?
Kind of like I don't know, Breakfast Club. I mean, what about the?
I think The Breakfast Club is good.
16 Candles.
Back to the Future.
Yeah, standard.
I've seen
maximum.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future is really good.
Back to the Future holds up, and it's cool.
So-
Checkmate.
I don't think I would go all
Check,
the way.
but we've
dude.
all seen that when we were kids.
No, I didn't. I didn't see it until I was in high school. I didn't see that until I was in high school.
But that's still what age? Like 15, 16?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
I think I'm not all the way with you, but I think that being an older movie is absolutely a hurdle. Like it's a barrier to entry that doesn't exist for more modern movies.
Yeah.
Like so, like if it is an older movie, it's like I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Just right off the bat, unless somebody's like, "Hey, this is a really good movie." You know, they might check it out. But it's definitely a hurdle that doesn't exist for a more modern.
especially-
I will say I totally disagree with your take. Could not disagree more. However, like turning on the Flintstones for my kids, the old school one that we had when we were kids.
Yeah.
I like how they had to build out the massive set with the animatronic dinosaurs and stuff. Like that to me is nostalgic. Is it better than what can be made today? Absolutely not.
I mean, yeah, well, of course, yeah.
But
that's not even,
like I would say, if like they came out with one, I'd be like, Looney Tunes. Give me. I mean, either way, like I like some of that old shit, but it's because of that's how I remember it. So I do give you that.
That's interesting.
Everything else,
Nostalgia is powerful.
But to me though, even it's not even like the CGI or production or anything like that. It's just like, all right, it's my first time seeing it. Turn it on immediately. I know it's old. There's like old taxi cabs. There's old cop cars. Nobody has a cell phone. Like you immediately know you're like, okay, and like the visuals is grainy and everything, and you're immediately just like,
Have you seen Tommy Boy?
This is gonna be hard to get behind. Yeah, I mean they came
Turner
out.
and
That came out
Hooch?
in the '90s. Yeah, Turner and Hooch is probably late '80s. Seen Turner, that's great.
Big.
yeah.
Big, yeah, that's good.
All three of those I feel like stand up.
But I've like
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
seen Tommy Boy.
Trash.
Oh, really?
I think that movie sucks.
Interesting.
My dad, he would hate that take.
But it's not only that. It's also like acting styles. Like today, it's more like realistic, very realistic.
Yeah.
When you go back in time, they changed. What was like in
Okay.
and what was appropriate is like much more was bigger and more
Perfect
flamboyant,
example.
things like that. So like
Perfect
stuff like
example.
that's changed.
The Breakfast Club, right? And then, do you remember Not Another Teen Movie?
I've heard of it.
yeah,
I haven't seen it. You guys know
They
this.
like
I don't watch
made.
I love that movie.
They
dude.
made fun of like Scary Movie, The Breakfast Club. Like they mashed up like 5 or 6 like super popular movies.
Yeah.
And basically like spoofed it.
Yeah.
That's like the my germs, like that guy that throws his hands in the mashed
That's a
potatoes.
scary movie. Yeah,
That's Scary Movie. That's Scary Movie like 2.
Well,
The little hand guy.
but you're
spoof.
talking about the same genre, the spoof.
same genre, like
Yeah.
that. Those genre of dude, those captured how the acting style was.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I'll never forget, and I was like, Mitch, stop.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why is he doing that?
sure.
And I watched the actual movie. I'm like, oh yeah, that was like a real scene, and it was totally
Dude,
garbage.
Since we're talking about not a teen movie, one of my favorite all-time movie scenes.
When he comes out,
When
with
he comes
the
out in the
split.
whipped cream bikini.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
but a
she's
banana split.
she's like, I don't like Sundays. He's like, it's not a Sunday, it's a banana split. And then they continue to have like banter and
You see his
dialogue.
butt cheeks
And then he
in the-
leaves and he has a banana in his ass.
Yes, dude, that's hilarious.
Oh, it's great.
It's not only acting. So like singing also is a big the style, like what was good changed. So like you listen to like
'Cause they had no beats.
like Snow White.
There's no
right?
beats
The singing
back
in
then.
Snow White is very like opera, very like opera-y, or like Mary Poppins or like Sound of Music.
Yeah.
Right. That was like that was what they wanted to hear, was like that kind of music. Like my wife makes this point where she's like, I hate that song. That movie, she's not even very good. I'm like, well, she was good. She was singing how they wanted her to sing at that time. That was popular.
Yeah.
Right. And now it's very different. So like it's not just
They're singing in a
these
very
things change.
theatrical
I
manner.
thought you were going to
For
talk
sure.
about like actual like bands and music, and I was gonna say that's drugs, brother.
But no, like, well, because back then there was like no beats, there was no.
Sure, it was like actual music being played.
Yeah, it was just very like low
sure.
tones in the background, and then just the vocals and over singing, if you will.
For sure. Yeah. Well, hey, speaking of movies, stay tuned to the end. We're gonna do our top 5 movies. We'll see if there's any of them that are before 1989.
Yes, standard there is. Spoiler.
So, Matt, you said something you want to talk about?
All right, so I want to talk to you guys about something. So, my son plays basketball, obsessed with basketball. He's obsessed with stats and all that, looking up everybody's what's going on, who's leading the league and what and everything, probably like all your guys' sons too. One of the things that happens all the time, right? He gets brought up like, so-and-so had 17 rebounds tonight. So-and-so had 47 points. And then it gets brought up, Dad, what was the record for this? Or what's the record for most of this or whatever? So then we always go to look it up. If we're talking basketball, it's like 95% of the time that record is held by Wilt Chamberlain.
Wilt the Still.
Yeah. And so, and then I'm reading the stats. I'm telling my, 8-year-old son these stats, 9-year-old son
He's
these
9,
stats.
yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks.
Dad of the year.
Whatever. Yeah. So I'm telling him this. We're both like, no way, dude. And I have to hold it together. Like, yeah, dude, like he did that, and so, but before.
You don't tell him like these stats are bullshit?
No. So I want to get into that. But before we do that, I want to tell you about his stats. He has 68 NBA records.
That's wild.
That he currently holds.
Why is he not the best player ever?
Yes.
Because they're all fake.
Yeah. Well, so including one of them's the 100-point game, which most people know about. The other one is 55.
So wait, that's just not real? Was there not cameras back then?
So there's no
footage.
There's no video footage of it. There's a radio broadcast.
And
I mean, the radio broadcast is saying that he scored 100 points. Yeah, but there was no video of it.
You see, Wilt still down the sideline.
100%. Yep.
Yeah.
100 points.
Which was around the same time or before we landed on the moon, and there's footage of that.
Did we?
Yeah. We might get to that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But there's footage of that, but not footage of him having a 100-point game. And footage, of JFK getting all these other things.
Tons of things.
Yes.
There was definitely the ability to film it. And it was not filmed. Yes.
So it's a conspiracy? Is that what you're getting
There's
at?
still questions about
There's
that.
definitely questions.
One of his other stats, 55 rebounds in a game.
That's
one of them me and Emmett looked up because somebody
that's more believable than 100 points, in my opinion.
I mean, 100 points is like, let's just say it's, they're both insane. 55 rebounds is insane.
The other team just throwing up bricks, and he's Wilt the Still. He's
almost
everyone.
It could be get his own rebounds too, like miss one,
That's
miss
true.
two, miss three, miss 4, miss 5 score. Every possession.
Okay, so
That's genius, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a contract year.
Yeah.
It's a contract year.
He's patting them.
So I'll just graze through some of these other ones. So for one season, he averaged 50 points.
Yeah, that's nuts, dude. That's nuts.
Another.
What's the most MJ ever scored, or Kobe?
Kobe's 81. MJ is 63.
Yes, 63.
Luka had like 71 a year or two ago.
Yeah.
So,
and then another one of the seasons he averaged 22 rebounds a game. They didn't track during his time defensive stats. However,
was he like one of the first ever black players in the NBA?
No.
Okay.
No, he was just a freak.
Yeah.
Because this does sound like some Babe Ruth shit.
He was like the first. He was like the first ever 7-footer that was athletic.
Yes.
Ever, and that's why he was so good. But another unofficial stat, because they didn't track defensive stats back then, was he had 25 blocks in a game. The current NBA record is like 17.
Yeah.
Just for reference.
Have you seen old buddy that jumps like if someone's hitting a 3, he's like on the block, he takes a step out and just jumps straight up to his hands block the rim, and guys are throwing up bricks.
Oh, so he covers the rim so he can't see it?
Kind of, yeah, blocks the point of view.
Yeah.
No, I've never seen that.
I don't know what his name is.
So also, I'm going to throw this out, more believable, 100 points per game or sleeping with 10,000 women?
Yeah, what's the math? It's like 3 girls a day since he was 12 or something like that.
That's crazy.
I like went
so
in
if
that rabbit
that's
hole
padded,
one day.
are the other stats padded? If that one's not true, are the others? There's questions that we may never know.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely it's possible, but it'd be a feat.
So what if I told you his stats were inflated on and off the field?
I don't know.
Yeah. Or the court. Yeah.
Dude, I think so. Wilt Chamberlain is
Great PR team.
is not. I mean, I'll just flat out say it. He's not that. He was not as good as his numbers indicate. He was an absolute freak. So he played volleyball. He went to the University of Kansas.
Yep.
He also played volleyball there. He did the high jump. He was an absolute freak of nature athlete, and there was nobody even close to his athleticism, and nobody even close to his height.
He was a freak of
Nobody.
nature athlete at 7 foot.
Exactly.
Which
he
didn't
literally
exist then.
was playing against people like the competition was not. He was just so far above everybody else.
Which makes these stats more believable, right?
No, and I actually don't deny the stats are real. I don't deny the stats are real. I'm saying he's not really that good.
He's not that good
That's what I'm
because
saying.
they're like, yeah, I see what you're saying.
So based on that, I got 2 questions for you guys. One, what decade do you hear, like in your brain, right? You hear somebody has a stat. What's the decade that you hear where you just immediately discredit the stat because you're like, all
Oh,
right.
like what, like year?
Yeah, what year, era, decade, whatever, where you're just like
for basketball or
any sport, where you're just like, you're like Jimmy Two Toes had a 700 ERA. Or
I almost think like 1970, even like my cutoff.
yeah.
When was his first Super Bowl? When was his first Super Bowl? Whenever that was,
if we
that's my
saw it in
cutoff.
color, we're counting it, right?
Because
I think it depends on different sports.
Because you'll go back and like some of these like colleges will claim to have won all these national championships.
Yeah.
But if you look into it, there was no official nationwide championship. So like multiple teams claimed it that year.
Well, like wasn't it like Harvard? Like they
Yeah.
won like 30
Yeah.
national championships. Like there was 4 people in the league,
And,
you
and
just
Notre
beat the shit.
Dame,
And some
Notre
actually-
Dame has a bunch of national.
Sometimes they actually
national
played against
titles.
high school teams. There wasn't enough college teams. So like they'll be like they won 50 to 60 to 0, 15 to 0, 50 to 0 every game.
Bro, there's a game
That's competition.
ball.
That doesn't mean you're good. That means you're not playing against anybody.
Benedictine College played against like Notre Dame or someone like that, like way back in the day.
Yeah.
It's just like just got slaughtered. It's like
Because even if you're like really good at a sport, let's say, like I played basketball for a while. I'm solid at basketball. What age group of people would I have to play against to score 100 points?
Dave, you right into
Oh,
the
yeah?
next question.
Okay, what is
So my
it?
next question: Wilt Chamberlain was basically a man amongst boys.
Yeah.
So all of us are men here, as far as I know.
Are you assuming?
Yeah, I'm not gonna assume you guys' gender, so don't be offended here.
no, this is Trump's America now, dude. You can assume away.
So, so at what age group today would you feel like you could put up Wilt Chamberlain numbers? What is the oldest age group that you could put up Wilt Chamberlain numbers?
I'm terrible. I can't even.
Well, like in your sport of choice, like
In football,
yeah,
like,
whatever you
if
think.
I was just like
whatever you think is your
the Bo Jackson of football,
yeah.
I would murder some 4th graders.
Fourth graders?
I mean, like for sure, 4th grade, like 100. But that's what I'm saying. I think that is the evidence of how bad the competition was, right? If you think about yourself, like even high school, even like 8th graders, would you be able to score 100 points against 8th graders?
I'd go off against them.
I don't know.
I say my answer would probably be like right now at this time, probably 6th grade.
I'd go off
Sick.
on 8th graders, dude.
You could?
Oh yeah. In football,
Okay.
basketball, there's no way, bro. I'm not scoring 100 points by myself.
But
There's nobody out there.
yeah.
But you get 40 boards and 20
I have
blocks.
hella boards, dude.
Yeah.
45
But like,
fouls.
You can
if
get
we're
boards
talking
and
football,
blocks.
I'm a 2-way player, running back, linebacker,
Yeah.
slaughtering 8th graders, dude.
Yeah.
That's funny. I
Now, but here's the caveat: I'm slaughtering West Side Eagles, Bishop Carroll 8th graders.
Mm-hmm.
You take me down to Miami-Dade County, 4th graders probably giving me a run for my
I'll
money.
say they're like a
You know what I mean? I'm like Derrick Henry.
They're like a year away from
don't
getting
give me
off.
that's funny.
yeah, those kids in there, they're getting
Yeah,
offers and
dude.
stuff at that point.
What's interesting about Wilt, another more evidence that it was just a competition, is that his stats every single year go down and down and down and down. right? As soon as better every single season, better players come in, better players come in, better players come in, down, 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 down. MJ didn't. MJ got played. He was great the whole time until he stopped.
It's like those
LeBron,
old videos.
And the whole time he's putting up crazy numbers. If your numbers are going like this, it's not because you got worse. It's because everybody got significantly better quickly.
Yeah,
Dude, it's like
And
those
he
old
played-
videos
he played-
of those basketball players, like the black and whites, where they're like granny shotting
Yeah.
it and stuff. It's like the minute someone decided how to learn how to do a crossover, they're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
like semi-pro when they throw the first alley-oop. They're like, what is it? That's a travel? It's a... Hold on.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
walked in the air.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, no, that's interesting. Will Chamberlain, if he played later, right? I think he still would be a good player for sure. But I think he'd be like Dwight Howard. I think he'd be like Boogie Cousins. I think he'd be like somebody like that. He wouldn't be.
But I guess
the
it-
best
Dwight Howard was
player.
kind of freaky off the field too, supposedly.
Yeah, he actually
But I guess Wilt
it's
Chamberlain-
trans women and like in different countries
Yeah,
and all
dude.
sorts of stuff.
But the comp to Wilt Chamberlain would be Kareem, right? So Wilt, I think, retired in 74. Kareem played until the mid-'80s.
In my head,
I'm not
in
sure.
my head, Kareem's way better than Will.
He is way
Without
think
know-
so?
Without knowing anything about
100%.
basketball, just got.
I mean, he won more titles.
and just the skill set. His skill set, like Will Chamberlain, is throw me the ball. I'm taller than everybody. Throw me the ball. I'm going to do this. Nobody can stop me. Nobody can stop me. I don't need any skills. Like Kareem his skill set was just way bigger. His actually if they lined him up and just put a skills competition between the two, just like a game of horse.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going with Kareem every single day of the week.
I don't know. It's just...
But you got Wilt on your Mount Rushmore.
No. No.
Not even close.
It's just insane every time I look up a stat, and it's just like, here's a stat, and it's Wilt Chamberlain, and this is like, what?
He's playing against
Great PR
plumbers.
team. Great
playing
PR
against
team.
plumbers and whatever.
Firefighters?
But yeah, it was. I know for Babe Ruth, maybe I can't know the timeline. But Babe Ruth was literally playing against plumbers. Playing baseball was not their day job. They had a full-time day job, and
Kareem had a second job in the sack.
bro, and then I mean,
Come on, dude.
must be
Putting in
something-
that work.
Must be something with Los Angeles because Magic Johnson also,
Yeah.
right? Magic Johnson also had like a crazy, hundreds of women apparently.
And men.
Whoa.
I haven't heard that one.
Whoa. Diddy was a
that true?
child then. Come on. They weren't having Diddy parties.
You couldn't
then
live
yet.
through anything if Magic made it, dude. That's all I know.
Yeah, if you have a blood transfusion every week because you have
Him and
unlimited
Easy
money,
E, dude.
He didn't make it.
He didn't have magic money.
yeah,
dude.
magic money.
Hey, that was back when there was like real rap beefs going on in the industry.
Yeah, when people were dying over rap beefs.
Yeah. So today, one of the things that's upsetting and hearing after the Super Bowl is the Kendrick Lamar Drake beef.
I'm not like a rap historian, but I am.
But they're saying this is the biggest beef of all
Yeah.
time.
Like I would say no because like Tupac and Biggie were murdered over their rap beefs.
Yeah. There was
Supposedly, Tupac still lives.
there was like real violence. There was real division, separation. There was no diss tracks. They were just the tracks, right? We're just putting out albums.
Oh no, there was diss tracks.
Yeah, but they weren't even called diss tracks back then, right?
I think the Kendrick Drake beef is sick, and J. Cole he's like, I don't like we all say we're the best. I don't want to tear you guys down, so I'm out. And Kendrick was like, good, because you're a bitch, and you can get it too, Drake.
saying-
And just went off, and Drake's just like in Perth now, like, hey guys, like let's not listen to the radio for a while.
Yeah.
Let's not.
Can
do
I ask
anything.
you this though? Because I'll tell you where I stand. But do you ever think any of that stuff's like fabricated just to produce
100%,
sales?
yes.
Like any of the
Yes.
like any of the Paul brothers, right? Their fights and any of like their beefs with anybody. I mean, like 100% fabricated. But like this whole rap deal, I mean, like these dudes profited from all that, right? Like Kendrick
this-
Lamar won like 5 Grammys recently.
I don't know
Played
if
at the
Drake's
Super Bowl.
profiting.
I was gonna,
He's taking a massive L, but
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
But like it's like, hey, I take a swing, you take a swing. Now we're waiting on Drake to come take a swing.
Well, that's what 50
right?
Cent
That's
has
true.
like a fan. Like I'm a big 50 Cent fan. Like how he moves business wise and everything else, and how he elevated. Like he might not be the best like lyricist ever, but like he elevated his record sales because he like caused beefs and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say it's like Chameleonaire. There was someone where he like dissed him on a track, and they saw each other like a couple months later. And this guy's like, man, I thought 50 and me were cool, yada yada. And he like went up, was like, 50, I didn't want no smoke. He's like, nah, dog, I threw you a layup, and you didn't bring it home. Like that's on you. Like you should have came out hot, and then we'd have something going for a while, and we would have elevated each other.
And so I kind of walk the line there where I'm like both sides of this, Drake and Kendrick are profiting from this. However, however, I was gonna
Drake
say
didn't sign up for this, bro. This is egotistical driven. Like this is ego driven.
He absolutely taken a hit to his ego over this, but
Well, they've all claimed they were the best.
yeah,
So like Drake, so now Kendrick's like, I'm gonna show you I'm the best, and he just didn't leave any bullets in the hill.
I mean,
in
he
the clip.
skyrocketed through this where he won Grammys and he's playing at the Super Bowl all
Right.
because he came back at Drake, right? So it's like, wow. But did they come together to fabricate all that?
I don't know. I don't really care. I'm along for the ride, bro. I thought the Super Bowl halftime show, like, I didn't really hear all the music because I had just like shitloads of kids running around my house and like older people that are just like, why is that? Why is that? You know? But I like all the symbology that was involved in what he did, I thought was sick.
Yeah.
Like Kendrick's a true artist from his rapping all the way to like the showmanship. He brought up 2 of Drake's ex-girlfriends and like had them like
Crazy.
crip walking on, you know, like I don't know, just everything. He's wearing an A minor chain.
Yeah.
There's all this different stuff. The car he had was like tied back to some record he'd made. I don't know. Like he thought of everything.
Yeah.
I thought it was dope.
Yeah. I think it's cool, but I just immediately am skeptical sometimes when I hear about these beefs between people in pop culture where it's
Yeah,
like, bro, they had to get together and be
Yeah.
like,
I don't know if they, I don't, like I said, I don't think
I'll even throw that about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Where like sometimes I don't even believe that. Where we don't need to go into that arena. I don't even want to go in that, but it's the same.
Why,
thing.
you're scared of the Swifties, bro?
No, not at all.
Then speak your truth.
I question if that's real or fake too,
I don't know. That doesn't.
because they both profit from that, right?
Yeah.
She
like,
taps
it
in.
makes
She
sense.
taps into a huge oil mine of the NFL.
An oil mine?
Yeah, I mean,
Oil field, gold mine.
yeah.
A gold mine.
Yes, both.
That's what
I combined both.
It's those
That's-
idioms. You know what? You know who is
I'm playing
my wife?
checkers. While you,
My wife is actually really bad with those idioms as well. So she's like, one time before she said, "I'm as mad as a bowl on a countertop." like, babe, that's not it. That's not even
not
close. It's not even close.
I don't
Is it
know.
the bowls on a marble countertop? I mean, he could break it.
But like back to your point, I could care less really about Travis and Taylor.
Yeah.
You know, like that. I don't like give it too much thought. Like I could care less.
I just, man, we're in America. It's you know, the almighty dollar. I think that we get bamboozled more often than we think.
Yeah, I agree with that. But some of them are just not worth my time. I don't know. Like I don't really care.
I don't care if it's real or fake, personally. If they told me tomorrow that they had a conspiracy with it, and I'd be like, yeah, okay, cool.
Gotcha.
Got him.
Got him.
It's funny. Okay, let's move into the first segment tonight, and that's just going to be talking about the headlines. Colin, what you got for us?
Mine is less of a headline, more of like
More
some
head lines.
more of like my algorithm's been hitting me on like look, I know we went to the moon, right? We all know we went to the moon.
100%.
But did we?
Yes.
Yeah.
But did we?
Yeah, we went
Yep.
there.
Like I don't know, I've seen some compelling arguments.
All right,
that
what are
just
they?
Like have you seen the footage of like the dude in space where like everything's floating and his like oxygen cord is just like clearly being held down by gravity? And they're like, yeah, this is live footage of this dude in space. It's like, why is this cord not why is it under gravitational pull? Like
I haven't.
then there's no atmosphere in space. Like, why is the flag waving? all this different. Like, why was there they found like a Hollywood set that mimicked perfectly the moon landing set, like in a basement. So like, why was that there?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I don't have all the facts, nor do I care to like do a deep enough dive, but I will watch a video or two, and I'm just like, you got something there. Like, I know we went to the moon. I know we did. But did we?
So the information's there, the thought process.
And why have we never gone back, dude?
Yes.
Everything gets better. Everything since all technology improves.
Yeah.
You're telling me like we've never gone back to like double check some other shit out?
So the moon landing was Apollo 11, right? So we went. There was
69?
1969. We went to the moon, and then we went to the moon again in Apollo 12 went to the moon as well, landed on the moon.
Is that what's the one that
next
blew
one.
up?
Apollo 13 is the one that has the movie about it. That one didn't make it to the moon. There was a catastrophic failure. They had re-entry. And then
They live though.
They did.
Okay.
Apollo 14, 15, 16, and 17 all went back to the moon.
So we did do it several times.
It was.
What was the
70s.
last? When's the last
It was in
time?
the 70s. Yeah.
All in the 70s.
Yes.
Well, yeah, because we're whooping everyone's ass in the space race. Why don't we do it again? Like, why is Elon not like, dude? Let's go throw someone up there.
I mean, he has his eyes set on Mars.
Yeah, well,
But-
let's hit the moon first, dude.
Repopulation.
It's like, dude, you get your brand new car. The first thing you do with it is not go take a road trip across America. Like
Yeah.
you go to the
Go
store
down the
and
street,
back.
yeah.
you go grab a, you
Yeah.
go pick up the homies and go for a
Yeah.
little cruise.
I mean, they always throw it out there of like, why haven't we gone back since X date? Or since the 70s or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep.
And they throw out, okay, well, the money and all that stuff, the expenses, because I mean, during the time, NASA was the program, right? So that's altered into private sectors now with Musk and Bezos and all the billionaires, Virgin, all those. But then it was, it's like, hey, they had a pretty extensive budget then, but it's like, if you think about it, hey, we've been here 4 or 5 times. Nobody else has been here yet. Okay, what are we going to do now? Like, are we going to build something here? Like, it's not habitable. So what's the point from here? So then they move on to the Hubble telescope, to the space station. So they keep expanding into that exploration of space to progress.
Yeah.
Because
Jeez, dude.
what was that?
Blow out my eardrums.
I don't even know what that was.
No, just this weight shifted. It fell off there. Anyway.
Okay.
My lantern.
You
think-
made me think of something else
Okay.
that I learned this weekend. Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
They had a bunker underground, like specific, like their war room. It was their one of their war rooms. I guess maybe the only war room. Specifically, it was like this guy was telling me because he went. It's a museum now, but it's like 30 feet of steel reinforced concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you get in this thing, and it's just a concrete room. Well, when the war ended, their job is done. They just literally they just got up and
Like,
walked
where are you
out.
going with this?
They just got up and walked out, like never to go back. We don't need to go back in there.
Yeah.
And then, like 30 years later or whatever, someone was like, "Dude, we should do something with this." So they bored, like they obviously like had an elevator shaft next to it, bored into the concrete. So it's like you walk through a concrete tunnel, and they just put like a pane of glass up, so like you can't alter anything, and everything is exactly the same. Like half burnt cigarettes, cups of
Really?
coffee.
Dude, that gets me
Like,
jacked.
oh yeah,
man.
it made me
love
want to
that.
go see it. He was like, dude, it's one of the coolest things because it's literally like the most perfectly preserved,
Yeah.
like important time capsules I've ever seen.
That also makes you think too, right? Like how many of those places underground, hidden bunkers, all these things, did governments, empires, whoever it was, like make at some point to safeguard? But then it's over and it's
Now it's
abandoned.
just-
how
yeah.
many of those exist? I mean, you talk about like you see like the missile silos and stuff here in the U.S.
Yeah.
Like people have turned into like homes and things like that. Like that makes me just wonder, man, like how many of those can you unearth like today? And how many of those like 1,000 years from now that somebody just completely finds again and sees? And
I also think it's interesting, like along that same lines, like these guys just left, right? Like they'll never go back. How about the people that are like we need to preserve this for history. Like, this is going to be important. Like, you're living in it. This is your life and your reality. But someone has the wherewithal to be like, yo, I need to like make sure this
Like
thing
lock
stays
this in.
safe.
Yeah,
That's always pretty
Different
interesting
mindset.
to me too.
for sure.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the moon landing though, because some of the things you said. So like, why is the flag furled in space?
Yeah.
So there was a beam that went across the top. So like the flag had like kind of like
So
a
it
curtain
wasn't
rod,
just all limp.
like a curtain rod essentially that went through
Yeah.
the top. That's what that one was. Like some people say there's no stars. Like there's pictures in space, there's no stars. That's another one. People say, well, that's because it was the lunar daytime, and just like in our daytime, you can't see the stars. So like
Because the sun's position.
Okay, preach, keep
What
going.
was the other one that you said?
I don't know.
Okay, you said something else. Can't remember another one. But
I said, why haven't we gone back? And you were
Oh.
like, dude, in your face. We went back several times.
I just think that there's no appetite for it, right? It was a space race, like you said, right? It was like a international competition
Yeah.
to get to space.
It was a dick measurement.
100% it was. Yes, it was. It was.
We put ours on the table.
Yo, did
everybody
we
else-
ever send out monkeys, or was that only Russia?
It was like I think Russia had Sputnik. It was a dog or a monkey or something like that.
Yeah.
Did we ever shoot
There
up
was-
animals?
I don't know.
I think we put up
I'm
a
not sure.
dog.
I hope we didn't.
I would.
I'm not sure. Or was it a
I'd
dog?
put a
I don't
decent
remember.
wager on that we put a dog up
Oh,
there.
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't put us past it, but I hope we didn't. Like, that'd be
You'd rather
sick.
put a
like-
monkey up there?
I'd rather just be like, we just raw dog it and just go straight to humans.
Yeah, straight to
Like,
yeah. I
we
just
figured
yeah.
this out,
So
dude.
no dog,
Yeah.
dog meaning raw, no raw dog. Okay, I got you.
But like the thing with conspiracies, why they're so easy to like grab onto, is because they play on the fact that most people don't actually know these things.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of facts,
Right,
and they're
specific-
fun.
Well, exactly.
It's
'cause-
12 o'clock at night.
It's
I'm
fun to-
scrolling through YouTube. It's
fun.
fun.
It's fun
for
to
sure.
speculate.
For sure. It's-
Speculation is fun. The
Well, like,
unknown.
but they'll say something like you know, why is the not unfurled? It's like, oh yeah, because the layman, if you don't know, you'd be like, yeah, that doesn't make sense. To
Yeah,
me.
dude.
But then it's like, oh, here's the actual reason. It's like, oh, okay. Well,
But also, like, whoever's like answering these facts, like, you just point blank got it. But like the next thing is like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a 40-second clip on why we didn't land on the moon. I'm like, this kind of makes sense.
yeah.
The next video is like a 5-minute video of Neil deGrasse Tyson like ripping it apart, and I'm
Yeah.
like, next, dude, I'm not gonna watch that.
But
Yeah.
to your,
Boring.
But to your point,
so I never
that-
learned the facts.
But to your point, like that's our society, right? You throw up a TikTok video for a minute, 40 seconds, whatever, and you throw these crazy things out, and then
You just say it with your chest.
you just say whatever. Well, I listened to a podcast this week about a conspiracy behind cheese, and it was a viral TikTok video about how a government surplus of cheese translated into the invention of stuffed crust for pizza, because we had an abundance of cheese because the government bailed out the dairy in the 1950s or whatever. The government bailed out the dairy industry that was about to collapse because not enough people were buying milk and cheese at the time and other products of dairy. And so the government basically funneled in an exorbitant amount of money to buy up all of these things, bought all this said cheese and said, okay, dairy will expire at a certain point, so we need to form it into a cheese. And they even had 2 billion, this is factual, they had 2 billion pounds of cheese in an underground cavern that the Clark family from the Chiefs owns and still owns. That was...
Dude.
It's factual.
Yes. Yes.
This I don't understand this one
However,
because
fact check.
this is an extremely boring one.
I was gonna say,
Like,
boring. It's
dude.
about
yes,
cheese,
Thank
Dave.
you.
Yes.
Thank you, dude.
Like, if you're
I
gonna
didn't
have
want
a-
to be
if you're
rude,
gonna
but
have
I
a
was like,
if you're gonna have a conspiracy and what you come up with is
what
the
a
cheese.
trash.
Okay, so
What a dude, I get you with the moon landing, and you hit me with stuffed crust pizza, dude. Get lost, nerd.
Colin, cheese in an underground cavern.
Thank you, Dave.
Cheese bought by the government in an underground cavern owned by the Hunt family.
Next.
Cheese? Come on.
No,
No,
dude.
you got to bring more heat than that with your conspiracy.
But
theories.
anyways, this chick basically said
that might be true, but who
You're
cares?
still going. You're just gonna. Right. Let's write it out, dude.
Just let me finish.
Finish it.
Yeah,
Just
finish.
let me
Come
finish.
on.
This chick basically said that the government had such an abundance of cheese that they didn't know what to do with it, that they forced it upon
Pizza
all of
Hut.
our industries, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, McDonald's, which that is true. However,
Or cheese just tastes really fucking
Yeah,
good.
everyone
dude.
likes it. Literally,
Cheese goes
besides your
good in
son.
everything.
for some
no,
reason.
the government bailed out the dairy industry.
Have you guys ever had government cheese?
Okay, guys, you're
Not
okay.
bad.
All right.
You be the judge at home. Is the cheese conspiracy
Dude.
theory interesting to you?
What is the name of this podcast?
Pablo Torre finds it.
Unsubscribe, dude.
Yeah.
Unsubscribe right
It
now.
was interesting. It was interesting.
Oh, I'm gonna get roasted one of these days, dude.
Dude, I think another
There
one-
is. Let me throw this out there.
All right,
There is a government entity that was credited with the invention of the Taco Bell cheesy
Gordita Crunch.
Gordito Crunch. That's factual.
Okay.
Says who? You don't think Norma's Gorditas on 21st and Broadway was making those things way back
There's
in
a
the
government
day?
arm in the what is it? The federal.
Like the Food and Drug Administration?
No, not them. The other one.
I don't know.
Agriculture. Is it
Health and
agriculture?
Human Services?
No.
I don't know, man.
Okay, it's my story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, dude.
But like, yeah.
But there's a government entity.
But I just don't care at all. Like,
Okay.
why
I
would you
don't
care?
care.
Like, why would you care about this?
My whole overarching point.
Yeah, I get lost on some shitty topics too. I'm not mad at Hainer.
My whole
don't bring it up on our podcast.
My
not
whole
mad, it's just
overarching
funny.
point is don't believe everything that you see in a 40-second TikTok video.
No, yeah, for sure.
Right?
Another thing with
That's all I had to say.
I got a couple more points about the movie.
Anyways,
I have
Stuffed
actually
crust,
like
though, is pretty good.
I have
yeah,
actually-
it's a banger. That's why we didn't do. There's no bailouts, bro. People are just like, this is good
Yeah.
as shit, dude.
Stuffed crust was invented in 1994, by the way. I
Speaking
learned
of
that
Big
from this
Dairy.
podcast.
Speaking of Big Dairy.
Big Dairy.
We just bought. Teresa just found.
Who's that?
Who's Teresa?
My wife. My
Okay.
wife.
You
just
married?
found a lady that sells like milk from her
what?
little home or cow milk.
Oh, okay.
From her like homestead.
Not from her, though.
Like straight to consumer.
She's not selling the milk.
No.
Okay.
Sicko.
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know what goes on in your house.
No, what? Dude, I don't like where this is going.
Colin's buying
Anyways.
human milk.
Hey, I'm not gonna. I don't
Dude,
judge.
have you guys ever had milk straight from the teat? Like
I-
non-pasteurized, where it just literally just gave us a jar of milk, and I opened. I was like, "You guys want to try this in the car?" Just, dude, it's thick.
Yeah.
I bet.
I had this conversation one day ago.
Thick of E. coli.
One day ago, one of our parents works at a place that has.
What are you, a government shill, dude? Come on.
Yeah.
I don't want to die from diseases.
One of our team parents, Dave. I had this conversation one day.
Oh, did
ago.
you?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Have you ever had like milk that's just not like straight out
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
the jug?
Yes, it's good.
The udder.
It's good.
I don't really like milk, so
I'm not a huge milk guy
I
anymore.
don't like milk.
Not a huge milk guy anymore. I used to be a huge milk guy. Ice cold glass of milk. My mom, I'd hit her up when I was leaving football practice or whatever. Yo, I'm heading home. She'd throw my milk in the freezer for me. I'd get home, ice cold. Dude. I got married. I'm like, this is how I like my milk. And my wife said, I don't care.
Did you guys know that at one point the government bailed out the dairy industry?
Yeah, dude. And they put in stuffed crust cheese, bro.
That's fine, guys. If you don't want to listen,
No.
okay, that's fine.
No one wants to
But I mean,
listen.
like the moon landing is like a massive, huge thing, and you come at us with the cheese has been
Cheese?
bailed out. Like I don't know.
dude. Okay. Hey.
So more evidence the moon is actually happened. You can hit the reflectors on the moon with a high-powered laser. You can bounce it off the moon and come back to you. There's moon rocks that have been identified by 35 different countries that to be lunar. And also, like, if it was fake, why isn't Russia being like, hey, yeah, it's fake? They were fighting us to get there.
Have they ever been there?
No, I mean, I don't know. But wouldn't they be the ones that be like, say, or China or one of our enemies be like, actually, it was fake. They made it up. To try to get at
like
us.
obviously there's a million of holes in it. I'm just saying, dude. At 1 a.m. when you're scrolling,
Yeah.
it's kind of fun.
But like some people they found a Hollywood bunker supposedly that looked like the moon landing.
Under Diddy's house.
Yeah. So why
there KY
why
there?
don't the conspiracy theorists think that is faked? That could easily be fake. It could be much
What,
easier
the
to
bunkers?
fake.
Like
Yeah.
you're gonna make a bunker to fake everyone out?
Yes.
Well, because that's
But
not,
why not?
fun, Dave.
Okay. I know, but like
Bro, flat Earth. Have you ever listened to some of these guys?
I have. It fascinates me.
Dumb,
Man.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild.
The ice wall.
Nice wall.
Like no one ever goes past it. No shit, dude. Have you seen it? Yeah. No one wants to be there.
No,
Who
it's
do,
fun.
who do you think's dumber, flat earthers or non-vaxxers?
Flat Earthers.
Flat earthers are the dumbest.
There's something
Yes.
to non-vaxxers.
Are the dumbest. I think the flat Earth is the dumbest conspiracy theory.
I can get behind like 80 to 90% of non-vaxxers. Flat earthers,
Okay.
dumbest shit I've
I
ever
can
heard.
follow you there.
I mean, if you want to know more information about what's in the vaccines, how they're made, and all this stuff, like
Yeah,
I think it's perfectly reasonable.
And you could trace that back to like who benefits the most, who profits the
Yeah.
most.
It's
who's-
privatized.
Yeah.
Yeah, like again, the flat Earth. Who benefits? Nobody.
Hey,
who
at the same
Who,
time,
who
though,
owns the flat
have you
Earth
ever seen
domain name?
Have you guys ever seen these dudes that are flat earthers that talk about flight patterns of planes? Have you ever seen this?
No.
They're
Yes,
like,
they're
I don't know
wrong.
what I
They're
don't
so
know
wrong.
like the exact routes, right?
Yeah.
But they're like, if you're gonna go from Hawaii to Miami, why would you stop in Cancun or whatever? Because it's like a L, and they're like, but you put it on the flat Earth model, and it's a straight line. It's like, all right, what are we doing?
Well, the one that doesn't make sense though, are like
Kind of fun though.
like southern hemisphere stuff, like going from
no,
like
that's not fun.
like Cape Town in South Africa to like Australia would be like it would be like twice as long or like multiple times as long because it's flat, right? Because like on the globe you go like this, on a flat Earth it goes from like over here to all the way over here,
Right.
like huge gaps. Like that's one that explains it. Speaking of the ice wall, so a scientist
Winter's coming?
actually flew a group of flat earthers to Antarctica recently within the last month
Was
or
this
so.
the guy that was like, I'll pay for you to do this?
Exactly.
I heard about this.
Yeah.
What happened?
He paid for
That's a
a whole
baller
group
move.
of them to go to
Baller move.
Australia,
Because hella
go to
dudes
Antarctica.
were calling shit, and then like a couple were like, I'll go check it out.
Yeah, exactly. He's like,
Okay.
I fit the bill. I didn't. I'll look at it more specifically because I just kind of heard it in passing. But at least one of them was like on camera was like, man, I really got to re-examine, my beliefs. Now, who knows if he
Yeah, I
followed
need to
through with
know
that?
more,
But
like, what-
yeah, I'll look into that from next week because I just saw it in passing.
Stay tuned, guys.
But yeah, it
What's
was
up, 3?
Cliffhanger.
it was wild.
Sync it up.
Okay.
Want it up.
Wind it up.
Want it up.
I don't know.
You're done.
That's
That's one of
funny.
my favorites.
All right, let's move into the top
Built
tie.
like a falafel. That's my new favorite.
Your mom wears Skechers. I have a 9-inch penis.
Joe Biden's vagina. Dude, she's one of the best.
So this is from
She's
from
amazing, dude.
Balin.
I'm so pumped that I
Right.
put you guys onto this.
This is from her name's Balin.
I
Yo,
am
give me
not.
credit, dude.
I
put everyone on this.
dude, bro.
Hold on, let's talk this. Make sure everybody knows what we're talking about. We're talking about Balin. What's the name of her show? Balin's Life or Balin?
Balin out loud.
That's
Balin
it.
Out Loud.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
Balin out loud.
I will give.
Ballin'.
I will
It's
give
about
Colin all the props in the world because I am not a reality TV guy. I am not this show. If you were to tell me what it is, never watch it ever.
Same.
Ever.
But I took a deep dive.
So Ashley, yeah. So Ashley comes home from the first watch party.
Okay, real quick pause because I want to make sure everybody knows this girl is named Balin. She has her own TV show on TLC. She was really popular on TikTok before that.
Yes.
And she has Tourette's, like a
Yes.
severe Tourette's, where she'll scream and
I've been with her
yell
from day one.
and
dude.
all
I'm a
this
day
stuff.
one.
Wonder.
and all this stuff. Okay.
She. I will preface. She's amazing. Like she's awesome.
Dude, send her this clip. I love you, Balin.
Yeah, for
You're
sure.
hilarious.
For sure. But yeah,
And raising awareness.
This is never a show that I would ever watch. However, I'm like glued to it. I'm super engaged. It cracks me up. It almost makes me think like, even though for her life is very tough, it's not.
Yeah.
If she could change it, she could definitely would. But it's almost like she just like to me, she just like lightens
Dude, yes.
the mood, the aura, like everything, right? Because it's just like, hey, we're all just, I gotta go to work, I gotta do this, I gotta be this. Everybody's so stiff and all this stuff, but she has this disability that cuts through that, where you're just like, it makes people laugh, even though she's not trying to, but it just lessens. It just lightens.
Yeah, it's comedy. It's
Yeah.
she's great, dude.
And for her, I mean, yes.
Instead of laughing at her, she lets you in, so we're all part
Laughing
of it.
with her. Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love it, dude. Like
Yeah.
I love the stuff that she said. Like,
You're done.
bro.
That's a common phrase in my house now.
Yeah.
From now forever.
Oh, for sure. Well, the one that cracked me up the other day when she was with the parents of her boyfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're
I'm
like,
pregnant.
yeah, I'm pregnant. They're reading her Bible verses and everything, and then they're like, "All right, well, it's been a long day for everybody. Let's get out of here." She's like, "Peace out, Girl Scout." To the mom. Dude, the randomness, man. I
That's
love
a good
it.
show. Bailing Out Loud.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
Oh, she's
gonna
the
give,
best, dude.
That's
I'm
funny.
gonna give Colin props, man. Good kudos.
She's the
That's
best.
a good one.
Kudos, man.
All right.
you.
Without any further ado, let's go into the top 5.
Top 5 movies was the text we had to come up with.
That was the category for the week.
Yeah.
It's tough.
All right, so we're just gonna rip honorable mentions first.
Dave's only
Go
seen
for it.
about 5 movies, so
Yeah, so it's easy
All
for
right,
me.
well, yeah, easy for you, dude. All right, honorable mention. Belly.
Never, don't even haven't heard of that.
Dude, get cultured.
hey,
Who's in it?
DMX and Nas. It's like a gangster thug ass movie, bro.
No, nothing.
What?
No, dude.
Nothing.
No.
Go home and watch it. All
We're
right.
not from Albuquerque.
So what? Maybe I don't know.
Hey, before we get into the thick of all these numbers, let's keep track of how many of these movies were before when we were born.
Ooh.
I think that was one. I don't know. Maybe.
Let's keep track of that.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
right.
Belly
Don't
is
wink- Don't
one.
wink at me.
Sorry. Does that make you feel uncomfortable?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that.
I got Boondock Saints. Honorable mention.
Okay. I wanted to keep track of
Great
how many
movie.
I have.
That's the one with the Irish guys
seen.
and their
Yeah.
jeans.
Stop disrespecting my culture.
All right. And they have like guns that are coming down from the ceiling.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Gangs of New York. Ever heard of it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Bro,
Gangs of
I'm
New
putting
York.
you on game. You got to watch all these.
Great movie.
American Gangster.
Never seen it.
With Denzel?
Denzel?
Nope.
He walks up in the street, dude. Shoots that guy in broad daylight.
Yeah. These are great movies.
Okay.
On there, a lot of gang. I'm a gangster
Yeah.
movie fan.
Yeah.
Gangster
tell
and
that-
gangsta. Yeah.
Gangsta.
Yeah.
American History X.
I don't think I've seen the whole thing, but I know that movie.
Great movie.
It's a
Curb
good movie.
stomp.
Good,
I remember the curb stomp. That like sticks in my brain.
Dude, could you imagine?
Yeah, that's the only thing I think of. in
When
that
he
movie.
bites,
Same.
dude, great piece of like you could just make that clip where he's about to get curb stomped, exactly how it was, and it's not as impactful as when you hear the dude's teeth
Teeth hit-
grind a little bit.
You're exactly right. That's
like
that
pre
is
That's
stomp,
embedded.
he's like
that's so visceral.
That's embedded in me. Yeah.
gets me every time. Snatch.
Never seen
Never
it.
never
seen
seen it.
Snatch. I've heard about it.
Nerds,
Never
dude.
seen it.
Nerds, go watch it. It's great.
Okay.
Green Street Hooligans.
Nah.
No, man, you were you had a type.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
That's a sports movie and a gangster movie.
Okay.
Mixed into one.
Okay.
You're a fucking Jono. It's about the firms that like behind Chelsea, like the firm, like the crazy hooligan fans that fight each other and shit.
Oh, cool.
Great movie.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Who's the main actors in that?
The dude that is in the main actor from the Lord of the Rings.
Which guy?
Viggo
Viggo Mortensen?
I don't know the names.
Elijah Wood?
Elijah Wood, I think, is the guy.
No,
he's the main character.
He's not. in
Orlando
that.
Bloom?
Let me give it a quick goog. It's not Orlando Bloom.
There's no
What'd
way.
you say, Elijah Wood?
Yeah.
Yep,
That's familiar.
Elijah Wood is the main character.
Who's I think? Viggo?
I'm basically just gonna send you
Morgan,
this list, and you're gonna start watching some movies, and just tell me what you think of them. Friday Night Lights.
It's a good one.
I'll give you that. Booby Miles.
You want to win? Put Booby in.
Yeah. Waterbug. Remember that? You guys don't know that one?
Is
That's
that
the
from-
backup. That's the famous Jet. Do you guys remember the famous Jet Jackson from when we were kids?
I remember him. Yeah.
I remember that.
He was Waterbug.
He was
He
backup,
was.
backup
yes,
running back.
Yeah. Wow.
how-
I've never put those two together.
That's the only way I know that dude.
Interesting.
Wow. He was
All
the
right.
backup running back.
Yeah. And he goes off, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Comer. Our Comer? Dude, I can't believe that you guys only saw like one or two of my tops.
Are you? You're not even in the top 5 yet, right?
That's honorable mention, bro.
Okay.
You got honorable mentions over here?
I got 2.
Okay. What do you got?
Oh, we're throwing them out there.
Yeah, go ahead.
My honorable mention. I'm gonna go 300.
Okay.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
Sparta.
Yeah.
Very, very impressionable.
good.
Culture, pop culture movie.
That's a good movie.
And then another one that hits home with me just because I was a comic book guy when I was younger. X-Men: Days of Future Past.
Okay.
One of my favorites.
I don't think I've seen that one.
I'm a big X-Men guy. Of all the movies, that one's my favorite because they
Not a
tied
big comic book guy.
they tied everybody together, dude.
I like Wolverine, but that's about it. I don't like any of the X-Men. I don't watch a lot of movies.
Okay.
And something I noticed, kind of funny, you brought this up earlier. My oldest movie is from 1994. And my most current movie is from 2003.
We're gonna go back and fact check Collins
So
to see
that speaks to me. I do not watch movies. I don't, and especially as an adult. All these movies are from my childhood.
I need
all of
you
them.
to watch my list of movies.
So like these are
Okay.
all old movies, and like to me, it was a favorite. I'm like, okay, it has to be a favorite. I need to have seen it a lot
Yeah.
to be a favorite.
Do
So
you-
that's what these.
Do you
are-
know what
that's
I
these are
kept
for.
my?
I love how you're always like categorizing like it's got to be a favorite. What's the qualifications? And I'm just like off the rip.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. That's great.
What sucks and also predates me and maybe you guys too was my qualifier was if it's on if you're scrolling through TV, which nobody does that anymore. But if you're scrolling through TV or if it just happens to show up, like
You're stopping in.
Are you sitting
100.
down? Are you stopping? Are you easily losing like 45 minutes to an hour to this where you're just like, whoa, what happened?
I will.
Yeah,
What's unfortunate
that's my
is
qualifier.
going through these. Like, I'm gonna go back home tonight and watch Green Street Hooligans. I will have a list of like all the shit I want to watch on like Amazon or Netflix or whatever. Like, here's
Yeah.
my list, and I will like, I haven't seen Gangs of New York in a while.
Dude.
And I'll just like search and like once I find it, I watch that movie. Even though I want to watch something new, I just don't.
I
So
want to
can
go back and
these.
watch Gangs of New York now. You got me. You got me
It's
excited to
sick.
go
I
back.
would start with Gangs of New York.
You know what?
Dave.
You know what? My other qualifier is can I recite multiple lines from that movie?
Yes, agreed.
Can I shut
don't
my
have
eyes?
that qualifier. I'm sure I can, but it's
That was
not
mine.
Like, again, I
Yeah,
didn't qualify.
I
these.
agree
I
with
just
both.
like
I
these
agree
are
with
all
both of
great.
those things.
Okay.
All right, let's get to number 5.
Number 5, Casino.
Okay.
Never saw it. did
Never.
you?
Nope. Never seen it. Tell me, what's it about?
Don't lie to me.
Hold on.
Give me a quick
Give me-
synopsis.
Give me main actor.
Joe Pesci,
Joe Pesci. Okay, I've seen.
Robert De Niro. That's the mob. Basically goes out to. It's like the beginning of Vegas.
So
it's like how Vegas was. It's like
see.
a dramatization of how Vegas was built.
Okay.
And it's wild and it's outlandish.
Doesn't
and
Joe
you're like,
Pesci just like walk? He kills like multiple people in that movie,
Yeah,
right?
that's like
Joe Pesci.
And
is the
apparently
man.
he like is that way.
Would you ever-
like Joe Pesci? How he acts on the screen is like how he is. He'll like break your balls and people like get super scared of him. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm just fucking with you. He just walks away. Like, oh.
Isn't that crazy though? Like when you think of Joe Pesci, and I think there's probably like just two different ways to think. You either think Home Alone, kids movie,
Never.
or you're like Joe Pesci, the gangster,
Wait,
that's like
yes.
walking up. And
Who is
killing
he
people.
in? Who is he in?
He's
who
one
is
of
he
the
in?
bad guys.
Is he like the short, squat guy?
In Home
Yeah.
Alone?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
You're hurting my
He's,
feelings. dude.
yeah.
I'm not. Yes, dude.
I've seen
never,
no, I've seen Home Alone. I still don't know. Who
never
Joe Pesci
Home
is.
Alone. Always gangster. In my eyes.
Man, I was gonna come in strong with Marv was the tall one.
Yep.
I don't know.
I think. I don't know.
I don't
Short
think those
one
movies
was.
are that great.
No, that movie's alright.
Whoa, man.
Nah.
Whoa, relax.
Nah.
Relax. But going back to that, if you just throw out the word or the name Joe Pesci,
Gangster, for sure.
gangster or
Gangster.
children's movie?
Gangster.
Okay. I think there's a Two America situation there.
That's fine. Not my Joe Pesci.
Hey, we're throwing it out there.
All right.
All right. Oh, cool. All right. My number 5 is The Mask
Yes.
with Jim Carrey.
Tight movie.
Yes.
This is 1994.
Smoking.
Old school.
This is a movie I
graphics
probably
and
should not have watched.
HDMI.
Oh, there's a lot
Young
of
Cameron
yeah.
Diaz, and I love that as a kid. I don't know. I was probably in like 5th grade, maybe something
Yeah.
like that when I watched it. I
I
watched
like
all
when
the
the
time.
dog. I like when the
Dave.
dog gets the mask.
Yes.
Dave, that goes
I
back
love
to
it.
every movie in that time frame when
Yeah.
there was like seductive things happening.
Yeah.
Always had the background music.
Yeah.
The,
Yes.
the
Exactly.
low
That's
jazz.
exactly
yeah.
what I'm talking about. Just like the style.
But it wasn't just like, hey, there's something sensual happening here. We're gonna also put down a bass drum.
Yeah,
here
we're gonna,
to
like,
let
make sure you know
We're gonna set
before
the
and
we're
aware.
gonna set the tone.
Also,
Yes.
could not
We're
be
like-
played by anyone other than Jim Carrey.
100%.
No.
Absolutely.
No way.
I have
He is
heard.
a-
I have
a
heard
unique
rumor
skin-
that
a
he's
unique-
reprising that role.
Interesting. You know,
I will watch it.
We should leave it.
There's like
Yeah,
like
just
2 or
leave it where it's
3.
at, yeah.
There's like 2 or 3 additions to the mask. If you didn't know,
yeah.
Don't
No,
wa-
but the original mask.
don't watch him.
Yeah.
With
I'm with you.
he has the mask and he's from this crazy person. I used to
Great.
like. I quote that all the time when he does the balloon animals. And he goes, "Sorry, son, dog was rabbit, had to put it down." It's like get out of here, you bother me. I say this all the
Somebody
time.
stop me.
Yeah, I say it, so like for sure. So like this is one
Smoking.
that came to my
like
mind.
it.
So
I
number
like it.
5,
Great choice, dude.
The Mask.
I'm with you on that. All right. My number 5. I'm not going to break the rules.
Well, it's a
I'm gonna
great.
fall
Hold
before
on. It's a great choice now. What if one of his other ones are worse? It's like, dude, you put The Mask at 5 over that movie.
I don't know. We'll
Let's-
get to
I was gonna say, let's
that
reserve
road when we
judgment.
get there.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll cross that road. My number 5, again, I'm stopping watching it. I'm reciting it. Forrest Gump. My number 5.
It's a classic. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Jenny.
Great. It's a good movie.
I've seen the whole movie,
Mm-hmm.
but I've never seen it all in one sitting. You know, but I'm pretty sure I've seen the entire movie
There,
at certain points.
Yo, mama loves you, boy.
yeah. There's a very hot take from Forrest Gump about Jenny. Have you guys have ever heard
That she's a
She's
piece
a
of
jerk?
shit.
that she?
It's not that
she-
hot of a take.
No, it's not.
that she is
Taking
she-
advantage of a mentally handicapped person.
while she has AIDS.
Yes.
She has
You
AIDS.
throw that in there.
Well, she also
had
like
AIDS.
runs away.
I'm
Comes
gonna throw
back.
that in there. She never wanted him. Whenever Forrest was ready, like when he was available
right.
and was there for, ran off, but then comes back when she has AIDS, and was like, "Hey, Forrest, like you want to be together now that I'm sick?" And
No,
and
Jenny sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jenny's the worst, dude.
yeah,
I didn't even barely.
She's
I barely
getting
seen
raped in the
movie.
back of a car, and he saves her, and she's mad at him.
yes,
Jenny sucks, dude.
yeah. I mean, she had terrible parents and upbringing and stuff. But
So did he.
That's true. That's true. He met Elvis though when he was a kid.
Yeah.
You know.
I like how I think it's fun how everything awesome in history he
was
was
in it? Yeah.
involved or caused it.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to throw this out there, and we're gonna keep a list of this most underrated diabolical movie characters of all time.
I haven't villains or.
They're not even listed as villains, but they're secretly villains. Where we go back to Charlie's grandpa,
Yeah.
and then Jenny.
So that could be a good list.
Put that on the list: Charlie's grandpa and Jenny.
That could be a good
Write
list.
that down.
Yeah.
Of like they're
Yeah.
not villains, but they should have been kind of thing. Like,
They are secret villains.
Secret villains.
They're secret villains.
I
Yeah.
like that. I like
Yeah.
that.
Okay,
That's
Charlie's
good.
grandpa and Jenny.
Sorry, I
Okay?
had a fight at your Black Panther party. My dad always quotes that. That's
funny.
Just it's-
Very quotable.
You have something
All right.
to say?
I like that.
I got to pay.
I got to pee. All right,
Colin, number 4.
number 4. I just said casino, right?
Yep.
Number.
It doesn't matter. Just throw it
All
out
right,
there,
we're gonna
man.
go with. These are all out of order now. The Program,
Bro, I haven't seen that.
College
I haven't even
football?
heard of that.
college football.
Oh, maybe.
Alvin Mack, dude. Marshawn Lattimore.
I feel like I've heard you talk about this before.
Hey, can I throw?
But I
I've
don't
bought
think
the
I've
movie
actually
like
seen
7
it.
Can I
times
throw a
because I'd buy
guess?
it in college,
Yes.
Can I-
and I'd lend it out, and people would
wouldn't-
steal it, and I'd
yes.
just go buy it again.
Can I throw a
I've heard
guess
this.
out there of which one this is? Because sometimes I get those movies confused at that
Go
time frame.
ahead, dude.
Was this the one where he like has the gun and shoots the guy on the field?
No, that's The
Dang.
Last Boy Scout. Well, that's Wesley Snipes.
Wait, what?
That's Wesley Snipes in The Last Boy Scout.
Where he's like on cocaine or something,
Yes.
and he gets a gun out on the field
Yes.
while it's raining and shoots somebody.
This is like the inside. This is like what everyone thought D1 football was. Like the hot shot recruit gets the senior cheerleader and steals it from the starting running back.
Okay.
The stud middle linebacker that's going to be a number 1 draft pick breaks his ankle and doesn't get to get his mom of the house. The freakazoid D end that has never been a starter decides to get juiced up and like becomes a beast, but then like rapes a girl or tries to, and his teammates stop her and they cover it up.
I think we're gonna have to cut you off from the word rape in this episode. I think you're cut off.
I said rape like once.
I think you're at like 7 or 8 now,
When else was
which
I saying
which I
rape?
think is the max if you look at our call sheet.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
Anyway,
Deal.
find a
Deal,
different
dude.
term
I won't
for
say
that.
rape anymore.
The algorithm's gonna
That
shadow
would-
ban us.
Shadow ban, dude. That's
Yeah.
going to be our excuse as to why we're not going viral. We're getting shadow banned. Dude. We're getting shadow banned.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, The Program. Check it out.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Number 4. Mine number 4 was ridiculously put on the last week's list. It was ridiculously put on that list, but it actually belongs on this list, and that is Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
Remember the Titans is one of my
It's a good movie.
all-time favorite movies.
Sunshine.
I mean, there's they're singing and they got like
Right side.
the left
Strong
side.
side.
The
There's
left,
a
side is the strong side.
I knew that. I was seeing if
Yeah,
you knew
the
it.
left
to
side is the
see-
strong side.
Okay, good job. You passed
And
the
you got
test.
you
Good
got
job.
Gary Bertier and you got
I
Julius
did it, preacher. I'm
Campbell.
going to college. I'm gonna be a college
Yeah.
boy.
He's
Yeah.
like on a styrofoam man on a Christmas ham.
Yeah.
I mean, the movie's great. It's a great historical story.
Only,
a great
only
movie,
families in
yeah.
here. Gladys, take a look. It's clearly my brother.
yes.
I think I
yes.
messed that up. But
It's
yeah.
a great
yes.
movie.
Yes. I need to watch it though. I haven't watched it for a long time. I should watch
See
it
if
as an
there's anything
adult. And like, cause like
skipped
the
over
racial
as a-
things, like is as a kid, like you kind of
Yeah.
get it. But I should watch it again as an adult and see if I feel the same way about it.
I don't like
So,
it.
Do you
that should be
know
interesting. Should be interesting.
historically does this alter your perspective of the movie? Historically, they depicted it in the movie that they're playing like these all white schools. and
Oh yeah.
Historically, though, they did play
wasn't the
other
case.
schools with other black athletes.
I mean,
That change your perspective?
They're playing good on good,
No.
dude.
no, I get the creative choice. I mean,
Yeah.
it really it drives the point home. that they're
I'd
trying to
heard
drive
that a little while back.
better.
And they threw it out there. I was like, that would like tarnish the. I'm like, that doesn't ruin it for me. Like that is that. I mean,
Yeah, I'm sure that there's these movies based on history. There's plenty of creative license. It's not like shot for shot, of what actually happened.
yeah.
Spoiler
So-
alert: Alexander Hamilton wasn't like a Puerto Rican dude.
What?
What? Okay. Anyway, that's my number 4. Remember the Titans.
All right, I'm going with number 4. This is a surprise that this would be on my list because me and Dave had these discussions. I'm not this type of person, but number 4 for me is The Greatest Showman.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's something me and my wife both experienced for the
Nice.
first time together.
Nice.
I listened to the music of it
Yep. Hugh Jackman,
once
Zac
a
Efron,
once a
Zendaya,
week. Once
Daya.
I'll put an omission out here to you guys. Once a week, I'm listening to a song from The Greatest Showman.
The songs
At
are
least.
bangers. I love.
I will work out to the gym to songs from The Greatest Showman.
I can couple of those. I can see that.
So I'm gonna throw it out there, man. Never in my life would I think
I
that
love
a
musicals.
musical would wind up on my list.
I love musicals. I
It's
actually don't
there.
have any musicals on
I've
my list,
evolved.
actually, but
It's a
I do
great
love
movie.
musicals.
Yeah,
I love it for my kids.
I'm sorry, there's no gangsters or
Yeah.
No,
the-
it's fine.
the-
It's your list, dude.
the R word.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna repeat it because we're past our limit on that because of
It's
you
a great,
tonight.
it's a great movie.
All right, well,
It's
thanks.
funny.
Thanks,
All right,
guys.
down to number 3.
Number
Colin.
3, shocker, Goodfellas.
I've heard
Never
of it.
seen it.
I've heard
Never
of it.
seen it.
Give me what's that about?
It's about the mob.
Dude, it has to be a mob to be like the movie.
No. We're getting a couple more. But I do love gangster movies. Like,
I mean, the
What's
percentage
his
of
name?
gangster
He
movies on
passed
your
away,
list
right?
is very high.
The main guy in that
Yeah.
movie passed away. What's his name?
I'm looking right at his face. Oh, man. If you don't like Chantix, fuck you. They made fun of it in Family Guy.
Yeah,
What the
Yeah.
heck's his name? Great movie, dude. Great movie.
I'll give you that. I like-
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas is one
Goodfellas.
Okay.
that I have seen. I do know.
Okay. Nice.
Liotta.
Yes, Ray Liotta.
Ray Liotta. Yes. May rest in power.
De Niro, Pesci.
Pesci's back, dude.
Dude.
Pesci's back.
Go get your fucking shine box.
There you go.
They come back and
Hey,
kill
so
him
Pesci at that
and put
time-
him in a shallow grave, and then they go eat like meatballs with his mom at his mom's house, like just so they get
Nothing
to like
happened.
chopping this guy up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Dude, there's
Yeah.
so many more gangster movies that I love that
Yeah.
aren't even on my list.
Yeah, it's only 5.
People
yeah.
are getting defined right now. We're figuring out who we are
Yeah.
as a.
All right, mine. My movies are very different than your movies.
Yeah, remember the Titans, The Greatest Showman?
The Mask.
Don't be
You
judging.
know what?
I like The Mask.
The
I
Mask.
like
There's
The
kind of a
Mask.
mob
The
aspect
Mask
in
was
the
good.
in the Mask.
I like
like the
The
villain.
Mask.
The villain's kind of a mobster.
Yeah,
like The Mask.
he is a mobster.
All right, next one. This is a movie that was based on a book for number 3, and it was the first book I ever read as a kid, and they made a movie of it, and I loved the movie also. I watched it recently. It was really good. Holes.
Yeah,
Holes.
Stanley
Shia
Yilnats.
I like
Dig
Holes.
it up, boom, boom, dig it. Dig it up,
Yeah.
boom, boom, yeah. I mean, I quote that movie all the time.
Was it kissing Kate Barlow?
Kate Barlow. She'd have kissed him, she'd have killed him. He ain't never been born. I mean,
She puts that rattlesnake
Rattlesnake venom on
on her nails, and then slaps that dude.
100%. It has, it's great. I mean, the story, the plot from beginning to end is like perfect.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they ties everything together. Yeah, fantastic book. I think they did a great job in the movie as well, which is
Dang.
not always the case. Sometimes like the movie is like iffy, but this movie I think did a perfect job.
Man,
so
I'm vibing with your list.
so
here, Dave.
my number 3 is from 2003 movie Holes, starring Shia LaBeouf.
I'm vibing.
Good movie.
I'm vibing. All right, my number 3. I wanted to throw. I haven't got to a comedy yet, so we gotta have comedies in there. My number 3, and again, I'm with Colin, where I'm like, am I in the right place with this? But it has a place in my heart. Dumb and Dumber.
Solid.
Yeah. It's so quotable.
Yeah. You never seen it.
Never seen it.
Shocker.
It holds up, man. Come on.
I'm gonna put it on my list because I'm sending you this list.
Dude.
I
Shit
don't
to
watch movies.
It
I don't
holds
watch-
up.
You're gonna, dude.
I got other stuff to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
We know you don't watch movies.
Dude.
Your third favorite movie is Holes.
Don't
We know you
sleep
don't
on
watch
Holes.
movies, dude.
Holes is a great movie.
Although I love Holes,
That's hilarious.
I'm with you on that
That's
comment. 'Cause
funny.
yeah.
That's funny.
I have said many times though, if I win the lottery, I want to get an '89 sheepdog van, dude. Like that's in my driveway.
That'd be
man.
tight.
Like it's
I like how when they have to fill up for gas, his leg lifts up.
they lifted the leg up. Those are your skis,
Pull over.
both of them.
No, it's a cardigan. Thanks for asking.
Yes.
The
I
cop
like,
that
I like Jim
drinks the-
Carrey. Jim Carrey's in that.
There's so many lines, dude.
I've seen bits and pieces of it. I've never seen the
Yeah,
whole thing.
I traded some stuff for it. Some clothes. Petey. You traded a blind kid a dead bird.
Pretty bird. It's got duct tape. He's on the news petting it. And it's got
Dude,
duct
Lloyd
tape.
Christmas.
And then you go do something like this and totally redeem yourself.
Dude,
You gotta watch this.
when he
I'm sure I'd like
I
it.
think it holds up, and it's
Yeah.
Jim Carrey, dude.
I like
You-
Jim Carrey.
You are, you know,
Yep.
we know you like Jim
I like
Carrey.
Jim Carrey.
he pees on the back of him on the mini bike, and when they get off in the Rockies, he's
frozen.
stuck to his back. Dude. Come on, Dave.
I thought the Rockies be a lot more rockier than
Yes.
this.
All right.
All right,
I feel like
I'm
that's
at-
my first
So
one
that
that
was your.
Colin vibed
What
with.
was that one again?
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber.
Don't. There's
Alright.
a sequel. Don't do it.
Dumb and Dumber.
No.
Nah, don't do it.
Yep.
Number 2, Tommy Boy.
Yes.
Great movie. I've seen it. Yep.
Yes,
Chris Farley, David Spade.
it's on your list then, right?
Fantastic. What?
Holes beat out Tommy Boy. On your list?
Oh yeah.
Rob
I
Lowe.
didn't watch it that many times.
Rob Lowe.
Yeah, dude.
I actually
Tommy
watched.
Boy's
I watched
Tommy Boy's
an
funny.
interview about this the other day from Rob Lowe, the bad guy in the movie,
Yes,
right? Where he's like, who's that? Like his sister or mom or somebody?
his mom.
Yeah. They're trying to take over Callahan.
Yeah.
Tires, auto, or something like that.
Brakes. Callahan Brakes.
It's brakes. Yep.
Yeah. That John Hancock. Anyways, he's talking about like behind the scenes or whatever, and he's like, Farley and Spade got into like multiple fights over
Really?
in the movie. He's like
Interesting.
they would get jealous over me because at the time he was like the hot Hollywood heartthrob.
Yeah.
And one of the so like Spade, I guess, has like low blood sugar or something like that. One of the times they got into a fight was because Farley was doing something and stepped on his sandwich, and then they got.
Well, they're homies from the SNL days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's
But
true.
it just makes me laugh because it's like, bro, they're boys, but they're throwing down fists on set. Like I love it because he stepped on a sandwich.
Hey man, let's have a sandwich.
They
Yeah.
said Farley was just like that guy, like
Dude,
all the time.
He's one of those that when I see him and I hear his name, like to this day, like it makes me sad he's no longer with us because like
Yeah.
that guy was an absolute legend. Like
sure.
he's the GOAT. He's like the
Yeah.
GOAT, man.
I'm not sure if he was acting. You know what I mean? Like I feel like he
No,
actually
yeah,
was
yeah.
all like he played the same character in every show he was in.
but imagine
And I
like
feel like that's who he just played himself.
him and Sandler like came up together, right, around the same age and stuff. You've seen what Sandler became, right? He's like multi-million, like crazy, all these deals and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes me think like, dude, what would happen to Farley? Like, what would his ascension be in fame and all this,
Yeah,
all the movies
true.
and stuff? Like,
You can't think like that.
I
Just
do think like
just
that, man. Like,
admire the greatness,
I
dude.
know, but we got
He
robbed.
burned
of,
hot. He burned
I
fast.
know.
And that's
you go.
what
We just got
happens right
robbed of so much stuff, man.
Yeah.
It just makes me sad.
Yeah, I understand
now.
that.
Beverly Hills Ninja.
Dude,
That's
Tommy Boy's
Black
good.
a shitty movie that's hilarious.
Tommy Boy's good. I
Black
didn't think
Sheep.
of that one.
Black
That's a good
Sheep's
one.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't think of any Adam
Smoking,
Sandler
drinking.
movies. A lot of Adam Sandler movies I like too. But I didn't think of those.
I like Adam Sandler movies, just they're not my tops.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler had his era, and then it ended. But then he like
That Veronica Vaughn's one hot piece of ace.
Oh, yeah, it's Chris Farley.
Yeah.
That's right.
Come with me, brother.
That's right. It's Billy Madison.
that damn
Billy
bus
Madison.
driver drives like an animal. Huh? Quotable movies. Gotta be in
Someone
top five.
stole all the lunches or something. It's some
Still
shit.
50 sack lunches.
Yeah.
All right, number 2, Dave.
So that was your number 2?
That's my number 2, Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy. All right, my number 2 is a movie with Jack Black from the same era, and it is School of Rock.
Yes.
School
Dave,
of Rock was a
never been
big
so
time.
in tune.
I love that movie. That's a great movie. It's a good from beginning to end. The kids in it act great. They can actually play most of them can actually play the instruments.
Maybe we were spanking straight A's. It's a good movie, not top 5.
Yep, and he was the drummer could play the drums.
Very quotable.
The guitarist, all the kids could play the instruments. The pianist, all of them.
What's his
Those-
roommate's name?
Ned Schneebly.
Ned Schneebly.
Schneebly. What a you know what,
I know.
dude.
Those who can't do, teach. And those who can't teach Jim.
Teach Jim. You got it. Let's rock today.
Yes.
And then Sarah Silverman's in that movie.
Sarah
She's
Silverman.
Ned's
Yeah,
girlfriend.
she
or
was
whatever.
hot back in the day.
She was like
Like she was in I feel like a lot of stuff.
she was a smaller character though. She wasn't in it that much, which is interesting to me.
Yeah.
She was like one of the first female comedians I became aware of.
Yeah. I've seen it so many times it had to make the list. So
Nice.
number 2, School
right.
of Rock.
There you go. Dave, you're hitting on all cylinders, man. Whatever Colin's saying over there, don't worry about him.
Dude, these are all from my childhood.
Hey.
These are all like pretty much kid movies.
Wait,
All
I was
of
gonna say we know,
Hey,
dude.
like they're all like
Yeah. Pull.
they're all
when
kid
you
movies.
said that about holes, it's like
I don't know what Chelsea's plant is called, but if you need to, pull that plant over, dude, and block out that negativity. All right.
I don't know
Put
what
that.
that one's called. That one's called I should know.
all
that.
right,
I've
Greatest
forgotten.
Showman. What do you got for 2?
All right. Number two. I'm going back to my childhood as well, even though it probably shouldn't have been my childhood, but.
Full Metal Jacket. That was my childhood.
There you go.
Oh, he gets like a golf ball through a garden hose. Yeah. All right. Number 2, Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore is great.
Great movie.
Love it, dude.
Great movie.
Yeah, that's a good one. That one might have made my list actually because I watched that one a lot.
Yes.
I didn't think about that one.
Quotable.
That's a very good one.
Watchable. Holds up. Number 2's coming out. If you didn't know,
Yeah, can't wait.
Travis Kelce's in it.
What?
I just don't like. Please, can somebody have a new idea?
Yeah.
They can't. They're out of ideas.
Yes.
They just can't. All they do is just number 2, number 6,
Yeah.
number 4, like redo, remake, prequel, sequel. Like
But if they do it right,
I know, but they don't. They often don't.
I feel like the hardest ones to replicate are comedies. I feel like action. Rambo, right? It's like Rambo, whether he's 21 or 57.
it's all the same movie.
There's no substance, yeah,
He's
it's
coming
just-
for the blood. There's not
Yeah,
enough blood.
yeah,
There's
that's
still
true.
blood out there. He's coming for it.
They just have to-
Comedy is hard to replicate. You either hit a home run out the gates or you don't, but then you can't hit a second home run. What
I
are the
think you
comedy?
can. I think this is
What
going to
are
be a
the-
home run.
Okay, maybe this is a topic
Maybe.
for another
I think
day.
it will be.
I hope.
What are the
I
comedy?
think there's going to be hella callbacks. I think Sandler gets, like, he knows what the people want. Although, like, he put out some dumbass Netflix movies, but
Some of those.
I
are
think that's
decent.
also just to, like, fulfill his contract. Like, dude,
Sure. Yeah.
I
They
promised
paid
you
him
10
a
movies.
stupid
Like,
amount of money.
movie, the Halloween, whatever, like, that show
Which, by the
sucked.
way, he has I think it's a TV series coming out soon with him and Jim Carrey.
Have you seen his stand-up from
Sandler
back
and
in the
Jim
day?
Carrey on the same screen together, Dave.
Have you seen Sandler's
Never
stand-up
happened.
from back in the day?
Yeah,
Pretty funny.
he's
Pretty good. Pretty good.
He's good. He's good.
All right.
All right, I like that.
I'm
That's
on
my
that
number
one.
2.
All right,
What was
number
it again?
1,
Happy
Happy Gilmore.
Happy
Gilmore.
Gilmore. Number 1 for me, Any Given Sunday.
Okay, we're finally.
Demon Willie Beam.
They call him
dude.
Steamin', Willie Beamin'.
Flex your pecs, get metrics.
Yes,
Bro, have you seen it?
Nope.
we're finally on the same page, Colin.
Thank you.
I'm
One
with
of
you.
my favorite
Dennis
lines-
Quaid is the starter, dude.
Yeah, he's the Aaron Rodgers, bro. He's like,
Dennis
he's like Brett
Quaid.
Favre-esque.
Dennis Quaid,
Yeah,
man.
he's solid.
He's like a
Dude.
Matt Castle.
All right, would you shut up during my review, please?
I'm sorry, man. I'm excited. You
I
got
know,
me
I know,
excited.
I like it. I like it.
I was asleep until now on your reviews.
One of my favorite movie lines of all time is Jim Brown. The Jim Brown is like the D coordinator.
Yeah.
Talking to LT,
Yeah.
who's a player. Lawrence
Lawrence
Taylor.
Taylor.
Hall
not,
of Famer.
Not Aliens House.
The real LT, the
Yeah.
original LT.
Yeah.
They're both sick.
Yeah.
And he's like, MFing these dudes on the sideline, just like, you know,
Yeah.
because they're sucking or whatever. He's like, and LT goes, "Damn, coach, calm down. You gonna get a stroke." And Jim Brown goes, "I don't get strokes, motherfucker. I give them." And they just like cut back to the field. Like, it doesn't make sense, but it's just like, that's tight.
Yeah.
That's what I want in a D coordinator.
It's called
Yes.
Any Given Sunday.
Any Given Sunday, dude. It's
You've never seen
dope.
Any Given Sunday?
At the end of the movie, Cameron Diaz,
Cameron
like,
Diaz
is like her, like she like is the owner's daughter.
Okay.
Like the Jim Irsay, you know, the daughter of that. Like they announced that they're going to. There's an expansion team coming to the whatever that, because it's all fake.
Yeah. It's not the actual NFL.
Yeah,
They're the Sharks.
Well, I mean, yeah, like they can't even use the names.
Sure.
Yeah, like we are going to be moving to Albuquerque to start the Albuquerque Aztecs, and we're taking our free agent Willie Beeman with us. I always was like, oh, bro, Any Given Sunday 2 is coming out, and they never did it.
Yeah.
Never
But they
did it.
shouldn't have.
No, it was.
They shouldn't have. It was
Remember when
great.
you were back in the hood playing in the ball.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Dude, but the
go
also
to the Buick.
the football scenes in that movie with the rain, right, and the hits.
Yeah.
I mean, great, dude. Like, it's
What about when Willie Beeman's talking shit in the media? Because he's like a third stringer.
Yeah.
That is the Mike Vick, basically.
Yeah.
That like, and so he just sets the league on fire, and he gets a big head, like a huge head, and he's like talking shit in the media about the defense, and there's like a huge party at one of the defenders, like Lawrence Taylor's house, and he pulls up in like a '95 Burb, dude, like back when that was like the vehicle to have. And Lawrence Taylor, I think it's Lawrence Taylor, uses like one of those massive cement cutter skill saws and cuts his car in half.
yes.
And it like the thing folds and everyone's like cheering and he goes, "Respect will be paid."
yeah.
It's sick, bro.
Yeah.
They throw an alligator. Like the black dudes are making fun of the white guy's music in the locker room, like just typical shit.
Yeah.
And like the white guy is sick of it, and he grabs like his pet alligator that's like a little guy, and like throws it in the showers, and they're all just like, "Oh, what the fuck, man?" Freaking out. Oh, it's great, bro.
Yeah.
Any Given Sunday.
I'm with you on
Bangers.
that.
You're
number
man.
one?
Good job.
Bangers. Thank you.
Okay.
Good job. Well done.
Thank you. Show some respect.
All right.
All right, Dave. What
My
do you
number
got?
one. Any guesses?
Yeah,
Something
let
from
me get a guess.
from something in the 90s.
Early 2000s.
Okay, early 2000s.
Yep.
Shazam.
That's a good guess, bro. I was trying to think of some bullshit like that.
Something that never had any chance of winning any
Hey,
awards.
what is it called when you think of something, but it's not that way? Like you swear, like Sinbad was in Shazam, but it was
Yeah.
someone else. Have you seen it?
I've
Like a-
heard
like a
that.
false memory,
Mandela
or-
effect.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah.
The Mandela effect.
Okay.
All right, let's do Mandela effect.
Shazam and Kazam is what you're
Kazam.
talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah. But like Fruit of the Loom, everyone swears there was like the cornucopia, and there's never a cornucopia
Yeah.
on it. Let's talk about that next
But
week.
there is
Interesting.
no Kazam movie with Sinbad, but everybody swears that it happened.
Yeah. Hey, Sinbad was dope. All right. Sorry, Dave. We're
that's
hijacking.
fine.
Go ahead, brother.
You're good. My number one is kind of cheating. It's
Balto.
It's actually
Balto.
3 movies. It's actually 3 movies.
Okay.
And it's The Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
The Lord of the Rings. I loved it as a kid.
But you got to pick one.
So if I had to pick one, it'd be
Yeah.
actually the second one, The Two
Okay.
Towers. Yep. So
Can I sit down and watch the second one without knowing what's going on?
No.
I have to watch them in order.
So you've
Yeah,
never
100%.
seen any Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, I
100%.
have.
Okay.
Yeah, you had to
I've
see-
seen
you
the
had to
first
watch
one.
them all.
My roommate Pootie made me. I told him I never seen him, and he
Was his
like, "You
last
gotta
name
watch
Tang?
it." No,
Okay.
he just had a fat
curious.
ass, so we called him Pootie.
Oh.
But he was a huge Lord of the Rings guy.
Yeah.
So I watched the first one and like tidbits of the others.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down. I like
So
it.
I mean, I'm just a big nerd. So it's a epic medieval fantasy.
It's like a Catholic.
it's-
It like doesn't have like roots in Catholicism or something.
Tolkien was
Tolkien.
Catholic, absolutely. It's just
Wasn't there-
and the movies hold up very, very well even today because they did not use they used very little CGI.
Yeah.
So like the one that came out later, The Hobbit, used tons of it. It was everywhere.
Yeah.
They almost all costumes, like people in costumes for all the bad guys.
Yeah.
Like so you watch it today, and
That's back when Hollywood was Hollywood,
well,
bro.
there's a couple things you're like, okay, yeah, this is like there's a big battle scene that zooms out, and it's like, okay, that looks a little fake. But I mean, what are you gonna do? It's 2003.
Yeah.
From beginning to end, epic story, good versus evil, it's classic. Loved that as a kid, still love it.
I'm with you.
The
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
I like it.
can't
That's
criticize
I can get down with that one. That's a good number one.
Yep. And it was written in the 30s, I believe. by Tolkien.
Your list doesn't. I don't want to be like I'm rude. Your list doesn't suck. It's just childish.
I agree with you.
Lord of the Rings is dope though.
Man,
No,
why? do you-
you're no,
Because it is.
It is childish.
It's all
because
from his childhood.
The movies that I watched the most were easily from my childhood. Like
Yeah.
since then, like I probably watched every single movie since then once.
Why are you getting secondhand offended for Dave, dude?
Because I like Dave's list.
I like it too.
Yeah,
It's a good list.
I would watch any of those movies today.
My kids
Yeah.
would love any of the movies on Dave's list.
Dang, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I just haven't watched movies that many as an adult.
Will you watch some of my movies, please?
Maybe.
Please start with Gangs of New York.
I don't like watch movies that much, man. I just don't have the time for that.
Dude, I love movies, TVs.
What are you always doing instead?
Everything. Now I'm doing this.
You don't lay down in bed at night and like watch shit?
That's true. I watch TV shows a lot more than movies. Way more.
Yeah, me too.
Way
but
more.
can you like sacrifice a TV show and just take like a couple nights and watch
Yeah,
Gangs
but
of
like
New York?
Chelsea's not gonna want to watch any of these movies.
Come on.
You'd be surprised.
Come on. If we pressured Chelsea to watch it, she would do it.
Yeah.
Chelsea.
If we said she should watch Gangs of New York, it's good.
Yeah, it's a sick movie.
Yeah.
All right.
Just tell her Leonardo DiCaprio's in it, dude. Well,
Is he really?
actually, maybe not anymore.
Oh yeah, he's
He's on the Diddy list.
He is?
character.
Yeah.
No.
Oh man, not Leo.
No. I mean, yeah, he could easily be.
I'm not surprised, but no.
He's
Not
one of the
surprised,
dudes
but come
that
on.
like since I'm pretty sure I saw like since that list came out, he's not been in the
He's
country.
been laying low.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
In
All right.
France.
So my number one was Lord of the Rings.
All right, here we go. Hannah,
Yeah.
bring us home.
All right. Number one for me, and it always has been number
You
one.
say you don't have to look at the list for this.
No. This is actually, when I was putting them down, I was like, all right, this is my number one.
Instant.
What are the other four?
I like it. Conviction.
Is Troy.
Brad Pitt.
Oh.
Brad Pitt.
Orlando Bloom, also.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's
Yes, he's in it.
Yeah, he's
Is he the brother to?
like the
Troy,
little
dude.
skinny like wimpy guy.
I think he's the brother to Prince Hector.
You think Troy's better than 300?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't think I've seen Troy all the way through.
Troy is more, which that's probably not even. It's more like historically accurate. 300 is like very.
But isn't there Achilles? Isn't Achilles in that? Mm-hmm. I don't think he existed.
Achilles.
I'm pretty sure that's a myth.
That's Greek mythology, brother.
like that's where you're.
But they had the
Achilles-
Trojan horse. Like there's
No,
events in history
yes.
in that movie that happened.
Troy. It was a real place. The Trojan horse, I believe, actually happened.
You're like,
Yes.
it's historically accurate.
But I'm saying-
they based it off shit.
But like Achilles was a god, essentially. I don't think he.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll look into that.
But no, dude, I love that movie and watched it so much. So like, I'll even throw out like in basketball practice one time in high school, we were doing this drill where it was like king of the court style.
Yeah.
Me and another guy. It was like 2-on-2 or whatever. We were just hitting every shot, right? And so I was like, all right, defense goes off, new defense comes on. You stay on until you don't make a shot or whatever. We're torching dudes, right? We're in the zone. Finally, after like 5 or 6 people, I get like a pass. I go for a layup. I didn't even look to see if it made it in. And like there's dudes standing on the back row or whatever. And I come across him and I'm like, is there no one else? Is there no one else?
That's
and
pretty dope.
one of the dudes shouts out, man, y'all got lucky. Y'all lucky. That's it. And I'm like, luck? That's why no one will remember your name.
Dude, he set you up, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, for sure.
Softball.
Nobody else there knew what
Nobody got
the
it.
hell I was talking
what is
about.
he talking about?
Except for the other dude I was playing with, the other white guy.
I was gonna say,
There's
was
not
he
a lot of
the two white guys on the team,
The
dude,
two white
yeah.
guys on the team started cracking up.
Yeah.
Coach is like,
you're also the only guys that watch Superbad together.
Coach is like, Hainer, what the hell are you talking about? And then I had to run. But I was like, bro, that was worth
Is
it.
your coach white?
Yeah.
You're like, Coach, come on.
Yeah, he didn't watch that. No,
funny.
he was watching Goodfellas and stuff.
There you go.
Yeah, sounds like a
Yeah,
great guy.
I know. But yeah, dude, to this day, yeah, my friend will recite that. He's like, dude, remember that one time in practice, man, when you hit that Troy
That's
line?
tight. That's a baller move.
Nice. That's your number one.
Number
Troy.
one.
All right.
All right. Well, gentlemen, we're getting to the end of it.
Stay tuned for next week. Mandela effect.
Okay.
What else did we say?
The going to the Antarctic.
Go into
For the flat earth thing.
Go into
Flat earth.
And Hainer will have another conspiracy leg about cheese.
Yes, and we're gonna fact check Colin to see if any of his movies he put out there were before he was born.
Hella movies.
Hella.
That you threw out there?
Guaranteed.
Okay.
All right. When were you born?
We'll run it right now. I was born in 1989. November 25th.
We'll do the research. We can put it in. We can put it in here at the end. We'll put it in here at the end.
All right.
I'm gonna have Dave do that, and then he'll tell me. And then,
All right. And hit that subscribe button. We're getting better at this. Best episode yet, boys.
Yep.
All right.
Cheers.
All right. Until next time.
Dogs are out.